Hi friends, host Eric here, host of Talking with Famous People, and I am making a video called Eric Drives Home from Abraham's House. Oh, what a day. Let me tell you, have I done a lot of driving back and forth today? I have. I drove Abraham back to his house before we realized he left his backpack in my house. To drive back to my house and back to his house. And despite being not very far apart in terms of like Temple City touches El Monte, so it's like it's the city right next to it, but it's remarkably difficult to get here. There's no freeway that takes you from there to here. And it's like he's down here in the bottom corner and I'm up there in the top corner, and it's a really bad short distance to travel. El Monte is crowded. Temple City's not too bad. Arcadia gets nasty in terms of traffic. So I wanted to talk a little bit, make a brief response to a couple different videos, but in particular I want to respond to Nathan. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. I'm demonstrating in this video much of the complaints that he points out correctly are problems with talking with famous people. You know, the bottom line is, it's time for me to step it up and take this more seriously and be more pro in my production values. To try harder, basically. It's time for me to try harder. And it's time for me to be more respectful to the audience in that regard. And to show the fact that I appreciate their willingness to attend to media that I make. You know, your attention is a very valuable thing, and your willingness to give some of it to me is greatly appreciated. So I need to behave accordingly and be responsive to people's voiced concerns about stuff that irritates them. You know, it's like if I'm doing stuff that could be fixed easily enough if I spend a little bit of time on it, kind of a thing, then okay, at that point I need to make some adjustments. Because here's the deal, and I want to stress why it's the way it is now in the first place. And the reason it is the way it is because I intentionally started this channel as a rejection of those limiting vectors. You know, we all have within us a certain amount of courage to make and to express ourselves as we see fit. And to the extent that we are trying to be good, or trying to be clean, or trying to be pro at something, we put additional burden upon ourselves. So when I started this channel, it was intended to liberate me from that sort of stuff. I was like, okay, I'm done caring and trying. I can't, my soul can't take it anymore, but I still need to express myself, and I want to express myself. I'm just going to, and that's it. I'm not going to worry about it being good at all. I'm just going to brainstorm and say whatever I feel like. Well, at a certain point, I began to transition away from that modality because I had gotten what I needed to get out of it, basically. I'd experienced that freedom of being able to publicly voice myself unconstrained by the demands of the market, so to speak, right? Because the market of consumers of media is going to make its own demands. They're going to be like, we don't like X, we don't like Y. We think the lighting in this video right here is bad because it's match lit. We don't want any more match lit videos, Eric. We don't like this. You shouldn't have that fire so close to your face. It makes us uncomfortable. Ow! It makes me uncomfortable too when it burns my finger. You don't want me to light my videos by matches? Well, we prefer when you use that microphone that you got, Eric, because then I don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about the sound. You know, you roll down the window, and then it gets all windy, and nothing, you can't hear anything, and it's like you expect us to care about what you're saying, but then you don't even care enough to deal with the audio problems. So, I mean, I think all those things are very fair criticisms, and they're things I need to deal with and I need to address. I'm not quite ready to make that massive shift over to being super pro yet, in the sense that I probably am going to need to do some minor structural changes. I'm going to take Nathan, parentheses, parentheses, advice on the putting some sort of backdrop behind me when I'm filming. I need to make some structural arrangements to my space, basically, that will help me to be more set up in the interests of generating videos that are more well suited for an audience. The other thing is editing. When I started this channel, my goal was quantity. The alternative, like, okay, well, I'm not going to be succeeding maybe in terms of quality exactly, but if I get up enough different videos about enough different things, who knows? Maybe there'll be a search function or something, some sort of functionality in which it'll reward that. I don't know. So, regarding that, I think it's fair to say mission accomplished. I mean, I got over 1,000 videos now. Point 3. I've got host Zachary in the mix. Host Zachary is gold. Host Zachary is pure gold. And he, I don't think, is as fully aware of his pure goldenness as I am. In terms of, like, he's young, he's smooth in talking, he's considered in his thinking, he's extremely advanced and mature in his thinking for an 18-year-old. And he's physically attractive, chicks are gonna love him, you know, stuff like that, right? He's the right age and demographic and all that kind of stuff. And you know, he's partnered with me in this, and so I want to see it work for him. I want to see me benefit from his goldenness. If that's not too selfish a thing to say, but I want to see him benefit from my mover and shakeriness. You know, that's my personality type according to the Enneagram tri-type, 738. When I saw that my nickname for that type was mover and shaker, I felt a little bit of glee. I wanted to clap my hands like this. Eee, I like that. You know, like I want to be that. I want to be that. So, you know, and I do have a lot of stuff going on. Got a lot of stuff in the mix. And in order to be that, that means I'm going to need to listen seriously when very considerate and kind people give me honest feedback that I can take to the bank as being honest, meaningful feedback, as a couple of people have done. Metasoap is one of them, and Nathan/Nathaniel. God, I should have learned your name before I made this video. You know, it means an immense amount to me. It really does, that people are out there caring enough to suggest that I do things a little bit differently for the sake of improving my channel and the potential of talking to famous people. Thank you so much.